Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only 4D education service. I am not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. We do not advocate that you don't support your human offspring. We simply advocate you made them in private, you take care of them in private. I am the 4D destroyer. Now, today, what I'm going to teach you is how to properly challenge the obligor technique. All right. It is not a complicated technique. All you need to know is some words and some definitions, and you can get your question off with immunity. If you need help, bang my email, 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. And let's dig into this. Okay. And before I go here, let's see here. I want to show you. This is the New Jersey Child Support Hearing Officer Program's Operations Manual, Section 1208, Accuracy of Uniform Summary Support Order. The Child Support Hearing Officer must ensure that the Uniform Summary Support Order is carefully reviewed for accuracy. Okay? The litigants must be properly named and properly identified as either obligor or obligee. Now, let me ask you guys something. All right. The word obligor or obligee, do you have any idea where that word comes from? It comes from the word obligation. All right. So here's what I just read you, and we're gonna tear this down. So number one, your mother and father, when you were born, already gave you a name. Okay. When it comes to Title 4D crime family, they rename you. Okay. Look, this says properly named and properly identified. Okay. Identified, you know what that means. Sameness in law, as you're charged to be. Okay. A name is a designation of a human being or a firm or corporation. A human being's name consists of one or more Christian given names and a family name. And we'll jump into that in a minute. Okay. So the word obligee or obligor comes from the word obligation, law or duty binding a party to perform their agreement, and undertaking to perform. Okay. All right, duty, binding, perform, agreement, undertaking. If you look up those words, and I'll show them to you in a little bit, they are all contractual words, okay? Obligor, the person, what? Look, obligated to pay child support. Now, this comes from the Glossary of Common Child Support Terms, this word here and this word here, and I'm going to show you what that means. All right, obligee, the person, state, or tribal agency or other entity to which child support is owed. Okay. Also referred to as the custodial party when the money is owed to the person with primary custody of the child. Okay, and this could not be a bigger lie. Okay. Now, under Black's Laws Dictionary, obligee means the person in favor of whom somewhat obligation is contracted. Whether such obligation be to pay money or to do or to not do something. Okay. The party to whom a bond is given. Bond is an evidence of debt. All right. Debt is a sum of money due by certain express agreement, contract. Okay. So in a situation where there's a 4D issue and you decide to answer the mail for the obligor, which I highly advise you against, okay? To properly challenge, what you want to do is simply ask one question. Well, a couple of questions. The first question is this a Title 4D hearing? Of course, they will say yes. Thank you. And who is the obligee? Okay? Simple question. Who is the obligee? Now, they're going to say two things. They're going to name your baby mama, or they're going to name the state if baby mama is on welfare. All right. But if they name the state, that couldn't be possible because right here it says the person with primary custody of a child. That can't be the state, not unless the child is in foster care, can it? All right. And more importantly, excuse me, once you ask them who the obligee is and whatever answer they give you, it does not matter. It is fine. At that juncture is when you're going to bust out with this. Sir or ma'am, the obligee, according to Black's Law's Dictionary, is the person in favor of whom some obligation is contracted, whether such obligation is to pay money or to do or not to do something. So, therefore, if you're stating that there's an obligee, then I'm hereby demanding a copy, a certified copy of the contract, okay, that obligates me to the obligee. Can you produce that contract here today? All right. They're going to look at you sideways because right now you got them by the balls. I told you, gentlemen, no contract, no wage garnishment, no duty of support, no 4D order. Okay. And it is right here in black and white. All right. Again, gentlemen, what you want to do is your words, these words, you notice I got all the words in red. Take a minute and look up these words and you'll find that they're all contract. What is an agreement? Contract. What is an undertaking? A contract to perform. What is performance? All right, performing your contract or your agreement. What is binding? Binding is a contract. What is a duty? Duty rests upon a person in an official capacity. Who is that person? The obligor. How can he be obtained in that official capacity? There must be a contract. No contract, no obligor. No contract, no obligee. No contract, no duty of support. Okay. Very simple technique. Okay. Now, the beauty about this technique, and even if they blow you off and ignore you, all right, then what you do is you write, you construct yourself a small, short affidavit. Okay. And you send that to the agency head, whether it be Scott Leakin, you find out who the agency head, like if you're in Georgia, that would be Tanular Gray, and you would write them, okay, you would get it notarized and you would send it to them certified mail. And you'll let them know, dear Scott Leakin or Tanular Gray, it is alleged that I am the obligor and there is an obligee. Okay. In such and such hearing, they stated that the obligee was Donna Doe. Okay. And therefore, that being said, you give them this definition, I am hereby demanding you to produce the contract that compels me to a specific performance to pay this obligee money under and the obligation to do so. You have 10 days to respond. Failure to respond means that you agree with me and you adopt my accusations and you must terminate the case. I want a full refund. I want 6% interest on that. And I also want a humble letter of apology. Okay. On the 11th day, if they do not respond to you, that means that they agreed with you, acquiescence, basically, tacit admission. Okay, and then what you do is you file a small petition in court to have the case terminated. Right? No judge can turn you down, and of course, you definitely want a detached and neutral judge. Right? But get past this step first. Okay, it's a very simple technique. All right, everything you need right here for this technique. All right, is very effective. Okay, it's a small technique, but it is very deadly. It is very lethal. It's almost like Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch, knock you halfway across the room. Okay, so this is how you effectuate the challenge, the obligee technique. You demand the contract. Okay, if they cannot produce a contract, then guess what? That means there is no debt. If there is no debt, there's no obligation. Okay, but mainly what you need to know is the word obligee and obligor comes from obligation. Okay, real trick, words of art, fellas. All right, I'm consistently teaching you words of art. All right, so challenge the obligee, demand a copy of the contract. All right, because here's the thing, this can't be disputed. This cannot be disputed. Nothing here, none of these definitions, all right, can be disputed. That's the beauty of it. This is their stuff. Okay. Glossary of common child support terms. Okay. Black's Law's Dictionary to master this technique. All right. These are simple definitions. And if you notice, that's why I have these words in red. Okay. And of course, the human being part of it is in green. Remember, green means go, red means stop. Okay. So you have your assignment. Master the 4D challenge, the obligee technique, right? And keep us posted of your progress. I'm Yamin Osiris, and again, if you need my help, bang my email 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. Okay, and worst case, if you do not have a Black's Laws Dictionary, shoot me an email. All right, and I'll be more than happy to send you one free of cost. And I can also send you the glossary of common child support terms, the basics of child support, and probably the federal manual of child support. Those are the four books that you really need to hunker down in, and those are the basics of the 4D technique, any 4D technique. Okay, I teach exclusively from those books. All right, and the reason being because this is their information, and again, it cannot be disputed. Don't care who, don't care what. Supreme Court couldn't even dispute this. Okay, and if you employ this technique properly, all right, you'll be able to wiggle your way out of this bullshit. All right. So again, you have your assignment. Uh, get on the ball. Start your studying. You can start right here. Okay, and keep us posted. OTEP.